This video will cover some of the fundamentals of jihad, primarily its definition. Holy fighting in Allah's cause. Turn in your Qur'an to 216. Hilali and Khan throw in a couple of parentheticals here for clarification. Jihad, holy fighting in Allah's cause, is ordained for you Muslims, though you dislike it. And it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you, and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Allah knows, but you do not know. Well, what's holy about fighting, and what is Allah's cause? Turn to Sahih Muslim, book 19, number 4294. Tells about how Muhammad gave his field commanders some instructions. You may want to stop the slideshow here and read this in detail. He told them to make a holy war. Don't embezzle the spoils, do not break your pledge, do not mutilate dead bodies, do not kill children. What does embezzling spoils have in common with killing children? Both of them reduce Muhammad's income. When they conquered anybody, they killed the men, they took the women and children captive and sold them on the slave market or held them for ransom. Who's going to buy a dead child? Yep, holy war. It's holy if you don't turn from the battle, mutilate dead bodies, kill women and children, or embezzle the spoils. Allah's cause. Turn to Sahih Bukhari, volume 4, book 52, number 65. The fellow asked him about it. He who fights that Allah's word, Islam, should be superior, fights in Allah's cause. Open your Qur'an to Surah 9, number 33. It is he who has sent his messenger Muhammad with the guidance and the religion of truth, to make it superior over all religions, even though the mushrikun and disbelievers hate it. Allah's cause is world domination, plain and simple. Now we're going to turn to the translator's definition, found at the King Fahd Complex for publishing the Holy Quran. Bunch of elements here. Stop the slide and read it. This is the part with the blue background. And on the next slide we're going to have a little review. Jihad establishes Islam. It makes Allah's word superior. It propagates Allah's religion. Abandoning it causes Islam to be destroyed, Muslims to take an inferior position, their honor, their lands, and their rule to be lost. We want to turn to the legal definition. From Reliance of the Traveler, this is the Handbook of Shafite Fiqh. This is Sunni stuff. It's the majority position. This book is recognized as authentic Islamic law by the Sheikhs of Al-Azhar University at Cairo. We're going into Book O, Chapter 9, Section 0. I'm going to show you first the page with the Arabic column removed, and then we're going to have a blow-up to make it easier for you to read. Here it is, the definition of jihad in 3 parts. It's waging war on non-Muslims, derived from the word mahajara, war to establish Islam. It's the lesser jihad. And here's the scriptural basis that they quote. And we are going to go looking for a little confirmation in Sahih Bukhari. Here is 9:1. This is the obligation of jihad. It's communal. It's fard kifaya for jihad on Islamic initiative. It only becomes fard ain when the kuffar are overrunning Dar al-Islam. When Islam invades, it's fard kifaya. The Muslims are released from the obligation as soon as enough men report to the front. When it's the other way around and we invade them, Then it is Fardain, and its men, women, children, the elderly, slaves, debtors are all obligated. That's Fardain. Now, when we get down to the bottom of this section, they discuss fighting against disbelievers. And it comes under two classifications. And the first one is when they are in their own home countries, in which jihad is a communal obligation, meaning upon the Muslims each year. Now, what that boils down to is it's an annual obligation. It's not something you do once. It's something you do every year. And if you don't, everybody who knew that it could be done but was neglected is in sin, in danger of hellfire. Al-Ghazali, he was a rather famous Islamic jurist. He said one must do it at least once a year. Al-Shafi said the same thing. Now we turn to the Hidayah. This is the fiqh of the Hanafis. The destruction of the sword is incurred by infidels, although they be not the first aggressors, as appears from various passages in the sacred writings, which are generally received to this effect. Here's your confirmation of the fatal fact that jihad is conducted on Islamic initiative. It's not defensive warfare, it is aggressive warfare. Mo said something about it. It's in Sahih Bukhari, Book 8, number 387. I have been ordered to fight the people till they say none has the right to be worshipped but Allah. And if they say so, pray like our prayers, face our Qibla, and slaughter as we slaughter, then their blood and property will be sacred to us. Do you understand that your blood and property are not sacred to Muslims until you become a Muslim? You protect your life and your property from Islam by reciting Shahada, slaughtering the way they slaughter, eating what they eat, and praying as they pray, and paying zakat. And until you do that, it's open season on you. Well, this must be an anachronism. Nobody does that anymore. This is 1,400 years old. Yeah, right. Sunan Abu Dawud, Book 14, number 2526. Jihad will be performed continuously since the day Allah sent me as a prophet until the last member of my community will fight with the Dajjal. In other words, from 610 until Judgment Day. It's permanent. It's an institution. It's not an anachronism. It's here and now. Now, what if Muslims abandon it? Sunan Abu Dawud, Book 23, number 3455. I heard the apostle of Allah say, when you enter into the Aina transaction, hold the tails of oxen, are pleased with agriculture, and give up conducting jihad, Allah will make disgrace prevail over you, and will not withdraw it until you return to your original religion. Oh, you go making your money by buying and selling, or by raising wheat and corn and vegetables, and quit going to war, Allah's going to curse you until you return to war. What is their religion? War. It's right here in black and white, folks. There's no getting around this. There's no denying it. There's no refuting it. This is not written by a bunch of Jews. It's written by Allah's bosom buddies, reporting the oral tradition of what he said. Here's where you can find these books: Reliance of the Traveler, the Hidayah, the Qur'an, Sunan Abu Dawud, Sahih Bukhari, and Sahih Muslim. Now, those 4 Hadith collections are at the University of Southern California, Muslim Student Association. You can find them very easily. The links for all of these are at Crusaders Armory. It's a co.cc domain. Study these well. You need to know this information to understand what's coming in the next videos.